Alright, so people keep asking me, because they know I like to play the stock market, what is shorting a stock? It can get complicated, but it's not that complicated. So, the light's about to turn here, so I'm going to have to quit looking at the phone. But, basically, I have a few analogies. I like to use the lawnmower analogy because my friend had a lawnmower, John Cox, and he loaned it to a buddy, and the guy broke it, and he gave it back to him broken. But anyway, here's how it goes. So, imagine you're out cutting your grass, and you're cutting your grass with your buddy's lawnmower that you borrowed, and your neighbor comes by and goes, "Hey man, I'll give you $200 for that lawnmower." Light turned green. And you go, "Oh, okay." And you saw the guy with the lawnmower. Well, John calls you, I borrowed it from John. Let's say I borrowed it from John. John calls you a week later and says, "Hey man, where's my lawnmower?" And I go, "Oh, I'll bring you that lawnmower back." So what you do is, remember, you sold that lawnmower for $200. You borrowed it. You go either, maybe you buy a used one, or maybe there's a sale on lawnmowers at Lowe's or Home Depot. You go and you say, "Oh, there's a lawnmower, $150, $100, whatever." Let's say you bought it for $150. It's more realistic, unless you buy a used one. And you buy it. You go, "Hey John, here's your lawnmower back." Well, guess what? You pocketed $200. You only spent $150 to get him his lawnmower back. In the meantime, you got an extra $50. So, if that doesn't make sense. I got another analogy, but I forgot what it was. So basically, the broker has shares, and he'll loan you those shares. Now, the benefit of him loaning you those shares is he's making a percentage. So what he's charging you, let's say 8 to 10%, to borrow those shares. So you can short a stock, but the longer you hold that short, expecting the stock to go down, remember the stock that you borrowed from your broker, you didn't buy them, you initially sold the stock, so that's called selling short. So you sold the lawnmower, you sold the stock to someone on the market for $50, and you borrowed those stocks from your broker. Well, your broker's charging you, now he knows, let's say John knew that I loaned his lawnmower out, he might loan it out to me and say, "Hey, you owe me $1 a day for every day you have that lawnmower." Alright, maybe I should have added that into the analogy, but I didn't. So, the broker's charging you, let's say 8% for, I only said that because that's what I paid recently on something. So he's going to benefit from loaning you those stocks. Now, let's say the stock starts going up, and now you have to give him those shares. You have to buy the shares off the market and replace those shares for more than you sold them for. I know it gets confusing because you're technically selling before you're buying, but you might want to watch this video a few times. If this starts going up, what the broker can do, because if you have basically credit with him, he can sell them off for you, because he's like, "Hey man, you're going to lose too much money." You can lose an unlimited amount of money on a short. If you bought a stock, if you sold a stock for $50 and your broker wants the stock back and now they're $300, what's that, 6 times your money? I think that's right, yeah. I'm driving, I can't do math when I'm driving, but, so now all of a sudden, you're really in the hole. So, if you see a stock start to move up and not down, maybe panic, I don't know, I don't really like to panic, but, recently, the shorts with AMC and GameStop, it's kind of obvious they're going to go back down, but things are weird. Today's the day that they had a second round of going up. I had shorted AMC, and I was up $500 on the short, and if I bought them and covered them at that point and gave those stocks back to my broker, I'd be up 500 minus the small percentages that I borrowed them at. So it started going back up again, and I ended up maybe getting 300, but I don't want to say I lost 200 because I still ultimately made $300 on that short when I covered it, meaning when you cover a short, you buy the stock and you give it back to your broker, and the stock kept going up, and today's the day I think they went up to $11 or $10, and I had shorted them at $7.77, so I would have been too bad off, but I'd have been 33% loss instead of I think I ended up gaining 20% on that short. Now, I might short them again today at the higher price. I'd rather buy options, but... So anyway, that's how you short a stock and what shorting a stock means. If it's too complicated or you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll see if I can answer them for you. Or if you think I left something out, I'll do another video. So, anyway, I hope that helped. Thanks for watching. I know this doesn't have anything to do with my auto channel, or my home and auto repair channel. Well, I guess it's a how-to video, right? So, please subscribe, hit the like button, make a comment. That helps me out. I need to make money on this drive here. I'm going to pick up a horse, and I don't have the trailer behind me, as you can see, but I'll have it in a second. That's it.